Say 5-2.
Yeah, he counts like I do.
5, 2, 1. You lied.
I was in the army. I can't count.
Oh yes, you can. If you was in the army, but you can count bullets.
No, I keep pushing them into that box until they stop coming up. And then I keep squeezing the trigger till they stop coming out.
I'm sure. Why you
Share now. Pop it up. Mute myself. I don't know some mute function on this bastard. Share. Pop it up. Mute myself. Pop it up. Mute myself.
Mute myself for die, so God
die.
Yeah.
Nope. All right, you know what? If I can't get it to work today, I'm just not going to read the comments.
Oh, I'll help you out with the comments.
Yeah, let me know if that gentleman shows up again, because he's just going to get hard shot down. Look, I got enough drama in my life as it is. I know Mr. Mickey does. I know you do. We can't be dragging more into our lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like hell, I get myself into enough trouble. I don't need someone helping me.
You ain't lying, Trevor. Now that right there, my Trevor, dear, you have told the truth, huh?
All right, what do we got going on today? I had a little printout. Cool. Happy Halloween weekend, everyone.
Happy Halloween! Trick or treat.
Well, we got some tricks. 2 treats.
Oh.
Who tricking?
No tricking.
God, tricking's everywhere right now. Stat EMS?
Wait a minute. I just.
Oh, I get. Look.
Trick or treating. They was trick or treating last night.
Yeah.
Over at Greg's house, he did that fundraiser for Neely.
Oh, he did a fundraiser.
Yeah. After Neely talked about his ass, said the only reason why his wife was running because she was taking money.
Ouch. And then, look, if someone talked like me about that, I don't care whether I agree with them or not. They're not getting my vocal support, and I'm not giving them no money.
You know, they believe whatever Sheldon shits out right now, they just believe it. They're just gonna scoop it up and believe it some more.
That little Oompa Loompa, he's got his hand in the candy factory right now. How tall is he? Every time I see him on camera, he comes up to like someone's throat.
He about, I don't even know if he's tall as Trevor. He might be your height.
Wow, then he must be standing around giants all the time. Because he always looks like, I don't know, a teenager wearing daddy's suit. He always looks like that messed up caddy that you see on a golf course in those old movies.
Brenda Boy said he tried to trick me. I had a treat for him. I love that. What's up?
All right, well, let's get into a positive real quick. And I know I'm late on this.
Yeah, you're late.
I should have been with it last week, but last week I had a lot of distaste for Councilman Murphy. Don't worry, we're going after Eva tonight. Today. Well, it's dark in here, so it's night.
Oh, okay.
But let's do the positives. So we got Councilman Mays, Councilwoman Priestley, Councilwoman Jerry Winfrey Carter, Councilwoman Burns, and Councilman Dennis Pfeiffer voting to get that investigation started, an independent investigation started on those 2 firefighters and the entire incident. So there's no politics involved, just straight facts.
All right.
But you know what?
What's up, sir?
We got Councilwoman of the 2nd Ward has a doctorate.
What's up, Tony? Because doctorate in what?
Hell if I know. But you know what? A doctorate to me means that you have gone and mastered an entire field of study. And then to get your doctorate, you have to contribute to that field of study. Something different, something new. At least in science fields. Mind you, I studied. I never graduated with a degree, but I studied. You would think that someone with a doctorate, someone who has that experience, would want hard facts, evidence-based results, would vote for an investigation.
I think she should just want something hard.
No, she got up and ran, as Mr. Arthur said. She ran. And you know what? She once came into my inbox and started yelling at me, not doing the work. You're not doing the work. A 7.5 hour meeting. You couldn't sit there for 5 more minutes, listen to that woman, and take a vote?
Liddell was in your inbox screaming at you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because I happen to agree with Ms. Satar that some folks on city council aren't doing the work. You aren't doing the work if you
ain't
can't
doing
vote.
the work. Talk about Trevor again. He's gonna come over there and he's gonna do skid marks in that park.
No, I'm not. I like my truck. It ain't getting muddy. She's a road princess, and she doesn't even have anything pretty on her.
Oh my goodness, yeah. You go over there, you do some skid marks in that Cyrus Park. They're gonna send them after you, Trevor.
Look, I like my
just like-
kneecaps.
Just like they had that man on that Crime Stoppers from that murder that they didn't report.
Oh, yeah, the stabbing victim found, I think what? The police department said time of death was around 3:30 a.m. His body wasn't found till 7:30, out there for 4 hours.
They probably found it before then, but they didn't have.
That's when they said it was reported.
Yeah, that's what time the ambulance and the police got there.
What ambulance? Let's go into ambulances real quick.
Damn, he fired up today, ain't he?
And notice,
Shit, let's go into it.
I've realized I can get fired up and angry without cussing.
All right, I can't.
But what ambulances? So Stat EMS recently got a contract, exclusive rights, first dibs on every medical emergency call in the city. They have 10 buses. And they have a subcontractor. I think I read something about they have 3. So 13 ambulances for 87,000 people in the city of Flint. Let's do the math on that real quick.
Let's do it.
87,000 divided by 13. That is 1 ambulance for every 6,692 people. Does that sound intelligent to you?
No, because they using 6,000. Well, how many ambulances they got? 13.
13.
Well, they using 12 of them. They're gonna pick up all the OD victims from that fentanyl and stuff.
And from the heroin that you witness people using.
Man, that was crazy. I ain't never seen nobody do it.
Broad daylight.
Yep, right out there on Miller Road. Shoot it.
Woo! Time to go.
So they got the exclusive contract?
Yeah, so they get first dibs on every emergency call. If they're overwhelmed, then it passes on to other companies. Here's how you get away with that as mayor. No money is being exchanged. Therefore, city council didn't even get a vote on it. That is just an agreement between the city administration, which runs our 911, why do we take over our 911 here if we can't handle it? Genesee County wasn't no better.
The county don't have, so we took back 911.
Last I heard. Either way.
No, don't nobody know where it's at.
Yeah, that's like the lights. I spoke with Councilwoman Priestley, Councilwoman Auntie Judy Priestley, the Honorable Judy Priestley. She said the city owns the lights, but we pay consumers to administrate them. Why?
You had to put on, when you said Judy, I had to put on my glasses because it make my head hurt.
But, you know, several million a year we're paying a dude. He went from 45,000 according to that budget I showed you the first time you and I did a show together, down to 27,000. Man took a pay cut. He must not be contributing to the Neely campaign like Kim.
Attorney Kim contributed to the Neely campaign. It's on paper. It's on record.
The man's paying to keep his job.
Well, that ain't a lot. He only want to give $100.
Let me see. I know Whittigan gave 1,000.
Whittigan, he gave 1,000.
Gave 1,000.
Damn.
Right? Let me see. Kim. Kim William. $100. He paid $100 to keep his job.
$100. Well, how much did Ashley Capital pay to get $3 million? That's how much I.
Oh man.
Tony, get a pencil. This is how much we need to give.
Ashley Capital PAC gave $2,100.
Okay, so if I give the city $2,100, I can get over $3 million. That's a hell of a flip. Tony, let me borrow $2,100.
Who else gave some money to him?
God damn.
Blood money.
You got money everywhere.
I need that song queued up by Future. Blood money.
Comcast, of course, as we talked about before.
Comcast gave money to the Neely campaign?
Yeah.
We need to get a credit on our Comcast.
One Comcast Center, Philadelphia, came out to the amount of $500. Let's see. Where's the G's here? Go ahead.
Oh, Goya gave money up?
I know I've seen pictures of it, but I'm not seeing it in this campaign statement. It could have been the one after, or it could have been in one of the ones previous. You can actually go to Genesee County. I believe I shared the link with
The
you.
links are all over.
You
Go
can
to
see
Flint
all the way
Politics
back.
Roots.
You can go all the way back to his very first campaign for city council
Sure can.
and see everyone that's given money to him. Sometimes it may take years for him to get back around to it.
But who he take that blood money from?
God, you want me to go through every name here?
No, just go to the D. First name is D, last name start with a W. He took blood money
Oh,
from Dane Wallen.
Dane Wallen?
Yep.
AWDW.
Dane Wallen.
Oh, Wallen. Give me
He
a
took
second.
that money. The same man that flipped the switch. Sheldon took the money.
$250.
I wouldn't care if it was 25 cents. That I wouldn't take a dime. That man helped. He helped poison a city. And you so caught up and twisted in your mind on titles that you done took the blood money from this man.
You want? I remember watching a video of Sheldon from a couple of years back as we were switching over to the Flint River for our water. And he's going on about this great and wonderful water treatment plant we have here. And he said, there's only 3 like it in the country. There's a damn reason, Sheldon. Because it didn't work, did it?
Didn't work, Sheldon.
Jeez, man. There's a reason. It's state-of-the-art piece of crap.
Yep.
Yeah.
And not only did we pay millions of dollars for it, we also paid in lives and our children's futures.
Yep.
Great job.
Yep.
Awesome investment, dude.
Yep.
Now let's go back to those ambulances for a minute. So we have 13 ambulances through this company and their subcontractor for 87,000 people. 1 ambulance for every 6,692 people. Okay. Their goal is to have 8 minutes or less for 90% of emergency calls and never more than 10 minutes. Have you seen how many people have been waiting 20, 30, 40 minutes for an ambulance? All over Facebook?
I see him waiting 20, 30, 40 hours to get in the ER.
There was a woman, and my heart goes out to her. Her brother died in a motorcycle accident.
That was Clarissa Shields' cousin. And that's why I said them keys and parades and that stuff don't mean nothing when your family member out there dying.
His body
laid there
for over 2 hours.
Yeah.
Now, I can't get any information if he was sitting there suffering, waiting for an ambulance, then passed, or
I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope they didn't have to.
And you know, this is something terrible to say. I hope he died on impact. Because laying there, helpless, I've been in that situation. I wasn't dying. I busted my spine. Laying there, helpless.
I heard it was so bad, and this is like pure just
Conjecture.
Facebook reading, that they wanted to pick him up and put him in a car and take him to the hospital. But when you get hit like that, they was like, don't move him.
Yeah, because you can actually sever your head while keeping the skin intact by breaking the atlas.
Right.
If you shift that head around even a little bit, you'll break the nerves and kill the person.
Correct. Yeah.
I'm lucky. I received a lot of training through the Army in trauma, broken bones, crushing injuries, gunshot wounds, explosions, whatever. And then after my normal infantry training, I got some training to bring me up to the level of a 68 whiskey. I'm not exactly there, but they did their best to get me there, which is a combat medic. I can take care of myself for the most part. A lot of people in Flint don't have that luxury. And when you're having to wait 20, 30, 40 minutes for an ambulance, 2 hours for an ambulance, it's ridiculous. And you know what? Tanya wanted to put ARPA money toward ambulances. The Honorable Tanya Burns. I'm 100% with you on that. Our biggest problem with that is staffing. Hell, we don't have the police officers to go around our streets, police up our neighborhoods. We don't have the firefighters to man our firehouses or our trucks. We don't have people wanting to come into the city and work for the city because the city's credit is in the dumpster, whether it be financial or trust. We can't get that because we keep screwing things up.
We got a soccer field in Dewey Park.
Awesome.
I mean,
You know what? Maybe we can use that as triage sometime. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, do not take this seriously.
In the beginning of winter. I mean, I just...
Do not take me seriously here. I swear to God.
Do we need
Ladies
more? Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you or a family member is hurt, take them to Dewey Park Soccer Field to be triaged to see if they need an ambulance immediately or they can wait 3 hours for one. No, seriously, don't do that.
No, seriously, it's a joke, but it's a message behind the joke.
I mean,
they waste the money
but
on
did y'all really,
stupid stuff.
But did they really need a park?
Man.
Over ambulances, over garbage trucks,
over firefighters, over cops, over just repairs to our homes. You know what? Those ARPA funds, they were never meant to come directly to citizens' hands. I understand this.
Yeah,
U.S. Congress, they don't care about the ATMs that they call citizens.
You start getting them big grants that he's slowly giving out to people, you know, going back to what Mickey was saying about the parks and stuff. And you see these little familiar faces that's popping up, all Team Neely. They getting these little grants. Now he can give out stuff. He can slip it past city council to a certain amount. So, you know, and then you got then he doing a lot of
and it's always going to the same wards that happen to vote his way.
Like the people on the ARPA money, it's gonna be the same little LLCs.
I want to know
little nonprofits.
Because I was part of Tanya's ward before they redistricted.
Yeah.
I want to know what part of that ARPA money is going to Ms. Tanya's ward. I want to know what part of that money is going to Jerry Winfrey Carter's ward. How about Mr. Mays?
Oh, they're getting a lot of money for that state park for the 5th and 6th ward. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. All I know is Flint getting parks.
That state park, the state legislature voted on that. Mm-hmm. Like I told you,
your state rep.
Huh?
Your state rep.
All right, no, she wasn't there.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No, but
she wasn't there.
She didn't vote on it. So, state rep of the 68th district, Mr. Martin. He, like I said, related to my kids through their biological father. He voted on it, and he thought he was doing something positive for Flint.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you for thinking of us. On the other hand, that park ain't doing us jack.
Nope.
And while we have to say thank you for thinking of us, we also have to remind these folks, come to Flint if you want to spend money here. Come here and see what we actually need, because a park ain't it.
Right.
All that park is going to do. Uh-oh. Someone's texting me. Someone's calling. I must have hit the wrong bell already.
That's okay. I think we're doing good. Keep going. Profit over lives. Shouts out to John O'Snow.
But come to Flint if you want to spend money here and try to help us see what we actually need. You know, that is the biggest thing I can ask of any person, any state rep, any state senator, the governor. You know, Gremlin Whitmer, you want to see what we actually need, come on here. Tudor Dixon, come on here. No, she comes to places where the Oompa Loompa says, hey, come look at this. It's pretty. She doesn't see the actual city.
No, they only gonna take her down Saginaw Street and right back down.
Have we seen her anywhere near First Ward? Have we seen her? I mean, actual, not just the drive-through. Go side streets. Go see these places falling apart.
No.
How about Second Ward? Third? Fourth? Fifth? No. I know I haven't seen her in my neighborhood.
What ward is Burston in? That's Third Ward.
I think so. Yeah.
I think she went to Burston.
Really?
I think.
I don't know. Look, that woman looks like the type who would see the disaster of Flint and say, oh, wow, those trees are really pretty. They're really red this week.
I think she want to help, but she backed by.
She said she want to help. She said that when she ran, she said she was going to help us with the water, and then she gave money to every other municipality around us.
She showed it.
She does not have my vote, and I'm not going to sit here and tout the other lady because you know what? Like I said, I'm only tying my name to two people: Mr. Clack and Dr. Weaver.
All right, now Trevor, Mr. Clack and Dr. Weaver, and I'm tying my name to the third person, Sister Audrey.
You know what? I saw her last night, and all I saw was her driver's side window and things passing by. I'm like, oh God, please drive safe, man. Please drive safe. You were such a nice lady. Please drive safe.
Yeah, well, we need somebody that
we didn't hear no swerve or crash, so I'm happy.
No,
and I was listening to her. She was She was on fire.
Yeah, she was. She'll be on again tomorrow too. So
Oh, awesome. You said she's going to mediate between you and Mr.
Yeah,
Mays.
yeah. He
That's-
mad this week. He mad.
He's always mad.
Now, he got a right to be mad this
I'm
week.
not saying he doesn't. But you know what? So I've gone off about Liddell.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's all I have to say about that. Just not doing the work if you can't sit there. But let's talk about someone who can sit there and still not do the work. That is a talent.
Quincy.
No, I'm talking about Eva Worthing. She can sit there at a meeting and grade papers.
Now, how do we know that she was grading papers?
Well, let me see.
Because I thought she taught online. Well, maybe she printed them off to grade them.
Yeah.
But then I heard she got a new job. So I'm not really sure, but
I've spoken with people about it who were able to see what was on her desk.
That's when she switched chairs. They was playing musical chairs because she represented the fourth ward good in Monday's meeting.
You want to know why she did musical chairs? Because where Mr. Woodson usually sits is on that side of the tables. She has a distaste for Mr. Woodson. She is afraid that he is going to speak to her. Oh my God. Mr. Woodson, he's so scary. He makes me feel bad. I want to go on the other side. She sat there. She sat there and said,
I tagged her. I want you to know that Eva's scared of you. That's why she traded places with Councilwoman Judy Priestley. Because
she demanded a different seat after looking at the audience.
But Tanya got to sit there and look at Quincy, and he called her name. She got to sit there and look
Tanya
at her.
is a woman of strong moral character.
So they're going to continue to let this lady switch seats?
I hope not.
Put her back in the Regency. Back in the 9th Ward where she belongs.
As Mickey says, she's never been to the Regencies. She's never stepped foot around there.
She's been there twice.
Really? 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Just enough to drive through. Yeah. Maybe with a magnet on the side of her car.
She went back in 2019 with Sheldon and the police, and then she came.
Oh, needed the police.
This year with the police.
Why's she going with the police?
Because the police was there for some backpack giveaway. She only going when the police is there now. She's not going out there to walk around. She's not going to talk to them people now.
Why not?
Because they are ghetto.
Oh. See, that is not something I can comment on.
Well,
I don't know if we know this.
Well, hey, she said Jerry Whitford Carter was ghetto. So that makes me believe that she thinks all black people is ghetto.
Let's hit up that night though. Let's step into the Wayback Machine. Do you remember what she said prior to that comment?
No, because all I remember is ghetto.
I remember Tanya asking, why are we trying to pass this ordinance? Mm-hmm. What does it do? Mm-hmm. And Eva pipes up and says, because we can. That is the most irresponsible governing I have ever heard of. You're doing something because you can? Are you a toddler? Everything that you vote on, whether you're city council, whether you're part of a union, whether you're higher tiers of government, needs to have a purpose and a direction. It needs to be in response to something. Because we can is the most asinine and childish reason I could ever think of to pass a law.
She's all of those things. Pfeiffer knows she was grading papers. He was looking at her, but did he say anything? That it had been Tanya Burns or Winfrey Carter. He said, yeah, point of order or point of information, and told, yep.
That would have been a point of order. Hey, order is screwed up. But you know what? So there's a trick on him because he didn't call out his police yourself, city council. Police yourselves. But you know, we have to give him another treat. That Pfeiffer.
Okay.
So lady steps up there, says, yes, we paid the deductible on this burned down building. We're asking for a bit of help. She said the deductible is $250,000. His head spun so goddamn fast. That building's not worth $250,000.
Was that the McKinley building they still talking about?
I think so, yeah.
Damn, they could have built a whole new building by now.
He said, I doubt that building is worth $250,000. I want this tabled so we can look at the finances and the numbers.
I bet you they tabled that, didn't they?
They set it aside, yeah, because he wants to look at those numbers.
Yeah. Why they didn't table that ARPA budget?
That one, I don't know. I've been looking. I've actually been looking without going to Councilwoman Judy Priestley, without going to Councilwoman Jerry Winfrey Carter, without going to Tanya Burns. I've been looking online, seeing if I can find this approved budget. I can't find it yet. Why isn't it up?
I don't know. It was attached to the council agenda, but I still couldn't find it. And then they said that what bothers me, because they keep coming up with these little stupid ass lies like we dumb. Now they didn't know now the Councilwoman Judy Priestley and Liddell, they didn't know that the Oak Business Center was still functioning. The place where Black Lives Matters and that place was.
Where Liddell did interviews, right?
Where Liddell did interviews. Yep. She didn't know that was the Oak Business Center. And so they put that money back in there and it's like, oh, everything's supposed to be all gravy and stuff. But what about everything else? And then they just passed it through. Like, I just didn't understand the urgency about passing this budget through. And it's just all messed up.
Because if it's not passed by December 31st this year, money goes back. If it's not spent by December 31st, 2025, 2026, the money that hasn't been spent goes back. Which I think is absolutely stupid.
I mean, it's going to be spent by then. Hell, it's going to be spent before Millie leave office.
Yep. But you know what? I have to tag on to Congress for this one. Why are you giving a time frame for this money? You know, how about cities be able to hold on to this money for the hard times? Because they're surely coming. This isn't me doom calling. This is me looking at the gas prices that have gone up over the past 2 years. And I'm sitting here going, do I have to mortgage my house for a full tank? And we all know it's not getting easier.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if these cities could hold on to that money because things are not going to get easier.
Right.
They're so strapped for cash at county and city level. My father-in-law's friend, my father-in-law is a saint. He is a really nice guy, very soft-spoken, says very little, does a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Right? His friend, Mr. Leonard, got an eviction notice on his house for back taxes. Mind you, he just moved into this place for $948. They're kicking him out of his house for $948, even though he was on a program to help with back taxes. He went up there.
Some same programs they want you to go sign up for that they giving ARPA money to.
This one I don't think was ARPA. This is for senior citizens, right? They're so strapped for cash because people can't pay their taxes right now because our paychecks are getting eaten up more and more and more. You realize the average American right now is spending more money on taxes than on necessities, than on your groceries, on your gas.
I believe it. And while you're talking about that man getting kicked out their house,
I love Mr. Leonard. He is a hell of a guy.
Everybody, Miss Brenda Boyd, you really get to the end of things, and others that are on here. What happened to the man who had the black sludge growing in his basement? And
we haven't heard nothing about it.
TV 12, they broke the news, but then come on, somebody trying to just mess with us at this point. They broke the news, but then we got no follow-up. And people keep asking, what happened to the man with the sludge in his basement?
We aren't getting any follow-up. You know what? I'm not going to say I am. I'm going to say I'm going to try because I don't like making promises and not keeping them. I want to go to his house and ask him if he's even there because
you know where the house is?
I'll find it.
Okay. And then what about
Roy Fields? Actually, I want to bring him up again.
Oh, okay. I know the Fields family well. What about the people on Hogarth? Have they all been given, made whole?
Not that I know.
Okay, so he gave the key to the church, but he didn't give the homeowners the key to their house. Okay, all right, I'm moving right along.
The only keys he cares about are the ones to the city, just because he can use those.
Remember we talked about that? How much money they just spent on birthday cards, keys?
I never did the research on that.
Then he got them little coins. He giving out
little coins. Oh, he's trying challenge coins like the army. You know what?
He got coins with this little picture and name on it.
You know, that might be fun to get one of those just because I want to heat it up and smack with a hammer a few times.
But have y'all noticed that most of the people that roll with Neely are narcissists? And they all caught up in I did this, I did this.
You talking about roll or riding?
I'm talking about who are with him.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Have
The
y'all
me
just noticed?
crowd.
Yeah, that's what
I
they
Well, you
brought
talking
Lear
about
to
coon
the city.
pants? I mean, one
No,
pants.
because this was so crazy though. Nah, I ain't there thinking about him. You don't get the time with that.
Okay.
But remember, Neely said he brought Lear here on that interview he did with the Sophia Taylor. Remember, he said he brought Lear here.
I didn't watch the interview.
I did. It was sad though, but I mean,
It was sad.
I just.
Well, she's a singer, beautiful singer.
No, it was just sad because it's like them other little things is going on. What is they throwing out here? Meet the candidates. What was that, Janelle?
Oh, Janelle.
Yeah, throwing them weak. Now this is what I want to say to them people that's in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Don't y'all be no damn fool
Right.
because somebody just came up. Now, what the inmates meeting in the school board? Has anybody ever thought about that?
No, that's a good one.
I'm gonna take y'all to go see the inmates.
Maybe that's a lesson for them. Like, this is how messed up a job y'all doing on the school board. Come see what y'all have done. This is where they at.
I'm just
I'm
saying.
saying maybe that's trying to a wake up call for them. I think they should get rid of the whole damn school board.
Oh,
If you ask me,
definitely.
just wipe they asses clean.
I'm just saying, but have you noticed that the mayor show up?
Who
Then,
that? I
he
keep
was
thinking
there.
Mary Weaver,
No, you the imposter,
the deceiver,
right? The liar.
and the deceiver.
But now
Caddy.
then that's what's crazy. Channel, what was it? TV5, Mid Michigan, Fox 66. He didn't want to show up to the forum that the debate they wanted to throw.
Yep.
Right. Because he said he didn't want to be on stage with somebody that spread misinformation.
And vitriol.
And then this past week his ass was down there at the jail with his legs crossed. Oh, he was just so happy.
That ain't that a trip?
Because he knew that they hadn't invited Mayor Weaver.
But check this out. He got some nerve. And ain't he been sicking the police on people?
Yeah, he been sicking the police.
And don't he got people in his cabinet that snitching? Well, have snitched.
Yeah. Yeah, he got
When have so we got Tekashi 6ix9ine running down in his administration, basically.
Yeah.
Like Chicago.
Yeah, you got people.
So
You got
snitching
professional snitches. I mean, it's no secret when you can't tell a lie when it's out there on public record. Vanessa Pringle turned state's evidence on Pastor Holly because for all of that, I don't even know all of the schemes that he was running. He was the same man that was had up there where they building the grocery store. He Pastor Holly had a church there, Abundant Life, and then he had owned some property, or maybe it was after the church had moved. I can't remember. He had rented it out to the unemployment office, right? And it was mold and everything in the building. I mean, like a slumlord.
Oh God.
And this is how bad he was. But this is who the people that shouldn't got working with it.
Hey, voting has consequences, and we are
said
suffering
she did for real.
consequences right
Yeah,
now.
she did. She turned state's evidence. Go look it up.
And then you can't forget about him and Gleason.
Oh, Gleason.
Everybody was mad at Mays, man.
Yeah.
They was mad at Mays when
I
he
sat here with Mays last week, and I said, man, it looked like everything Mays been screaming from the beginning to the end. If you go down that timeline from Gleason using the office with Sheldon Neely and that Shackelford lady, and then I had to stop right there because the Shackelford lady, her relatives is supporting Neely, and he used this lady who was on, you know what I'm saying, who was on drugs to like help prop up that big ass lie about them passing out ballots. And if you know anything about how the absentee ballot process works, you can't pass out no
No.
damn ballots. But I believed it at the time because I didn't know how the process worked until I actually seen
You
the
have to
process.
request from the state because they have to
Yeah.
mark you off the voter rolls.
And then if you touch my ballot, it's illegal.
Yeah.
That's why Mays kept trying to get me to go to jail that Saturday. He was sitting up here and I kept not wanting to touch it.
Nope.
But he went from there to Gleason to down to the John, that the Joyce McLean lady from the Percentages director. You got Huey Newsom that he hurried up and got the hell out of Dodge. We can't keep a CEO.
No.
But we gotta get a we gotta give a man some credit.
Who?
He didn't do it purposely. He did like Quincy. Remember when Quincy wanted to do that bid rigging investigation? You know,
Who we giving some credit?
I'm finna tell you.
All right.
When the guy brought up about these wanted again, I did this type of person. Remember they said don't. He said don't trust Gloria because Gloria threw his petitions out.
Gloria.
So how can we trust Gloria now?
Gloria.
Oh my goodness.
There is an
You
astounding.
can trust Gloria because I trust Lil Spade.
You trust? She just threw somebody out that was running on allegedly that the mayor told her to do.
But her boyfriend Lil Spade is such an honest rapper. And so I don't think that.
But then she just got
Hold on.
accused.
We're gonna back up there because you said you like Cynthia. She may not be the best state rep, but you said she liked. I've had other people say that they like Cynthia Neely, but she's married to that slime ball. So you know what? Gloria can be corrupt and dirty as hell, but her boyfriend can be honest, right?
Yeah.
So why are you putting trust in her because of who she's dating? Nah.
I'm not. I was just being funny.
Oh, okay. Because you look sincere.
I don't think that it worked.
It worked.
Oh.
Listen to me. I fell for it.
No, but yeah,
Damn.
I
Good
wouldn't
smoking
let.
me.
But see, they playing games with, and that's circling back around to them playing games. People they have called city council signed by Dennis Pfeiffer, and I think the second signature was Allie Hinderroker.
Roker.
Whatever he said.
Roker.
Anyway, Councilwoman Allie.
There we go.
They have requested a special meeting. Now, what day is today?
Friday the
13th.
No, I wish 28th.
Friday the 28th. They have requested a special meeting already for the day after the election to pick a city clerk. So you gotta look at how things been going on around here. You got Quincy coming out with, oh, we want to review the clerk's job, and then 2 weeks later you got Miss Inez saying deuces. Now they done put Davina, who is very deserving, I think, of this clerk's job because she knows what she's doing. But then they didn't call a special meeting before the election for after the election to pick a clerk. I think that's gonna put Davina in a like, damn it, if they tell me to do something, I gotta do it because I don't want to lose my job. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is my bread and butter. They playing games, I feel.
You know what? Even though I may not always agree with them, I gotta sympathize with two people. The fire chief and the police chief. And while the police chief may be best friends with Neely for life, he cannot turn on Neely because Neely holds his job in his hands. Same thing about the fire chief. And
but Chief Green ain't hurting for no money. He was out there in Mount Morris, and then he came over here for what, 100,000.
Let's look at it like this: he left a better job to come to this job. Now his reputation is in tatters. He can't leave here now.
But he gonna leave with $100,000 of y'all money.
Yeah. I mean, just like Neely weaseled himself into a $125,000 a year job.
But you know what? Neely stood up there at that table over there at that Latina's family. It's not whatever that place is over there on Davidson Road. What's that? Is that Latina's? No, it's Latina's on Saginaw Street.
Yeah, that's all right.
Luigi's.
Okay, yeah.
And he stood up. Arthur Woodson he like the candy man. You say his name, Arthur Woodson, and he'll show up.
Anyway, he was standing.
He was sitting right here next to me.
Okay.
Joe Pettigrew was on this side. Damn, look at there, the
Holy
candy
shit.
man. Oh my God, Art just showed up. You can say his name. Art, come on in here with us. So then
He just
you
ran away.
so then he was standing up there over Art, and he told Art, now Art, if I'm lying, I'm flying.
What's happening? What's happening? What you getting up
Sheldon
for?
nearly said,
What you getting up for? Have a seat.
as soon
Okay.
as I get back in
How's
office,
it going, sir? How's it going?
as
Another
soon
day,
as
another
I
time?
get in office, I'm the first thing I'm gonna
I should
do.
have brought a chair. Huh?
Yeah, he said the
That's
first
right.
Art, if I'm lying, then Sheldon, he was standing up like Art is, but he was on this side of the table because Art was sitting here, Joe Pettigrew was sitting here, I was in the middle, and it was a whole bunch of more people at the table. He said, first thing I'm gonna do when I get back in office is I'm gonna give back that raise that Karen Weaver gave herself
Oh yeah.
because I don't want nobody to say nothing to me.
Well, one, she didn't give it to herself.
Right?
You had a compensation board
Yep.
that voted to give her a raise.
Yep.
That was number one. And two, that was his main talking point, that she shouldn't be getting a raise, and that when he get into office, he's gonna give it back.
Yeah.
And you know, you saw the Jackass Award today, where I gave myself the Jackass Award.
You gave me one too.
I'm still
Well,
flying
I
under that
deserve
radar.
I mean,
No,
all
we
of
deserve
us got a Jackass.
Come on.
All of us got a Jackass, right? Because
He needs
you
a chair.
know we fell for what he was saying, and I put it out there. Let me go get a chair. Real quick. All right.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, you're supposed to
I'm
move.
showing respect to an elder.
This your
He said he's showing respect to the elder.
Oh man, oh.
Look, he's 3 years older than me. I'm
Hold
gonna show
on, I'm ready
respect.
to pan now. Hold on.
That's right. You know, artists a little.
And that needs to be a
Mhm.
plus.
Wait a minute, what Quincy?
Order
Not
number.
Quincy. Damn, Tony, please forgive me, my brother. I call my brother Quincy.
Did he call me his elder?
What hell, Pastor?
You're 2 or 3 years older than me.
No, no.
You're 2 or 3 years older than me.
Oh no, Quincy. I mean, Quincy. Tony, you got me all messed up. I can't read that
I'm gonna
comment.
send you in office.
I'm not even gonna read what he just said.
No, he promised us a whole lot of stuff, man. I mean, you know, for the water, the problem that I had is that August 16, 2019, Mayor Weaver had a violation letter. The state had just transferred back over to the city where the city had started doing their own LCR, which is the lead copper rule sampling. They had just passed it back over to them, and they knew under the TMF, which is the Technical Managerial Finance, that the city of Flint didn't have enough people or staff to do the testing. So when they got the violation letter, me and Sheldon Neely, Nickelback, we we started harping on it. We started saying, hey, Mayor Weaver didn't get the samples.
Right, we did.
My thing was, all right, you gonna get in office, you gonna do what's right, you gonna make sure that this is done right.
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
You got
So-
that oregano Nickelback,
I was
didn't you?
even there when
Right.
Carletta told him, damn it, just give him a truck and a vest and go get these 10 samples.
Right. So December of 2019, he had until December 31st, 2019. He didn't have the samples.
Missed them.
The day after Christmas, I said, man, I go out with you and get these samples, because he went out with Marjorie Raymer and tried to, fool the people by going to, bringing the news media out with him, saying he's going door to door. I said, Mayor Millie, you lying to the people, man. You didn't go but to 2 doors, man, and ask for samples, man. I said, don't do that. So he said, the day after Christmas, which was on a Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, he said, we're going to go out together and get them. I said, all right. So I'm waiting. He didn't have a call. So he asked for an extension. So they gave him an extension up until February 14, 2020. So just what happened, my uncle had passed away in New York.
I remember all of that.
January of 2020, me and my aunt went over to South Bronx, where my uncle, to his funeral. He texted me, and I said, man, early. He said, come back early. I said, man, I'm at my uncle's funeral, and my aunt want to stay an extra week. Man, we got to get these samples. I said, all right, no problem. So I came back early. I go down to the city hall. I'm waiting in the city hall for 2 hours. Aunt Esther, she walking around.
Yeah.
You know who Aunt Esther is, right?
Yeah, Tommy with
Yeah,
the long
Tommy.
wig.
Yeah, Tommy. She walking around. I'm like, where is Millie? Oh, he had a event with the union.
He would call me down there too, and I think he just liked the idea of knowing what we were doing and where we was at. Because when we show up for the meetings, when I would show up, and I was with a union person one day and went down there, he didn't even know what the hell we was there for.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Well,
he'd forget.
he had Tanya to call me down after city council meeting. I said, now he's downstairs. I'm upstairs at the city council meeting. I leave. It's about 10 o'clock. I leave and go home. Tanya calls. She was like, man, Millie wants you to come down to the office. I said, all right, I just left from down there. Why didn't he just call while I was already down there? Because he saw that I was live. He knew that I was there. Me, Harletta, I think you were there also. So I get back down there. He answers the door with some popcorn. And I'm like, yo, what's up, man? You want some popcorn?
Yeah.
Man, look like I want some damn popcorn, man. It's 10 o'clock at night, man. What the hell I want some popcorn for, man?
Yeah.
So we get in there. It's Mazan, me, Tanya, Aunt Esther, and Neely.
Mm-hmm.
So we standing in his office. Mazan and Tanya goes into where Tanya sits, right? So he's like, hey, come here, Art, come here. So I'm walking behind him. We go in the little room. When you first come in, it's a whole bunch of candy in there. He was like, I got a lot of candy in here. Huh? You want some candy? I said, tree jumper. I said, tree jumper. Do I look like I want some candy, man? You called me all the way down here to offer me some candy and some popcorn, man. And when you look at it, man, you're looking at it like all he talk about is where he bring his donkey. He do his little donkey rides.
The little pony things, the little scary looking ponies.
Easter, he do his little Easter event.
Yep.
He does his Halloween event. He can't wait for his Halloween event.
Then my kids you remember that year, my kids told you how pissed off they was when they got that little sandwich bag with that damn toothbrush in there.
And a constitutional book.
Deanna said, you promised me some hot Cheetos. What we gonna do with a toothbrush?
Then he got 2 halls over in it, right? Hey, man, I'm telling you, this guy,
Jamaica gonna say this. Let me tell you what your friend Jamaica said, because JJ, you're not my friend right now. I want to go on the record and say that I agree with the awards that were given out today to Art and Wyntis.
Really?
That's how you feel it? I agree with him too.
Did nobody ask you to agree to me? See, that's that thing. But I'm gonna accept it, right?
I'm gonna accept mine too. I had to.
It's one of those things where we don't like when somebody tried to tell us and they come back after you done messed up and they say, didn't I tell you? Or I told you so.
Right.
Because everybody tried to tell me.
Mickey can't even hold a straight face.
I mean, seriously. I was into it with him, right? Because he had sold that 9-mile stretch of pipeline, right? He had sold the 9-mile stretch of pipeline to Genesee County that he said that we'll never use again. And I told him when I went to him, I said, man, listen, Darnell Early, Jeff Wright, O'Brien, all of them trying to
you named all the people that got free.
Yeah.
They free.
Yeah. So I tried to tell him, right? So he was supposed to hold on to the pipeline. He comes out, we're going to sell the pipeline because we don't never have to use it. I was mad as hell. But what had happened, he was against the KWA. And if you watch the vote was 7-1 going to the KWA. Brian Nolden was the only one that voted against it in protest because Sheldon turned around and left him out there because Jeff Wright had put him on the KWA board. And then here's the contractor. The main contractor for KWA is D. Agostini. D. Agostini now is contributing to Sheldon Neely's campaign.
Oh, that's the name I couldn't remember. D. Agostini.
Yeah. If you look at his campaign, you'll see. But Sheldon,
No, you can keep going here.
Augustine.
yeah, Augustine.
I gotta. I'm looking for Brown, Ashley. Like I said, this might be the
I just seen it yesterday.
older one. Because this one doesn't have Goyette either, and they threw what? I want to say 1500.
No, that's the older one. That's the older one right there. Man, y'all up in here. Y'all up in here looking like y'all getting ready to bring Parliament or somebody up in here, man. Brother KC up in this joint. What's Strolls?
The only reason I'm laughing.
Looks like I might have lost one because it's hard.
Only reason I'm laughing, I ain't trying to be funny. I'm laughing though.
Oh, right here.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
Yeah.
John supposed to
We
be
got an
calling
Anthony and
in.
a
No,
Michael.
John, we're not doing the call-ins today.
So from 2 Augustines,
Brenda,
one
boy, be
Anthony,
quiet.
one Michael.
He can't call
He
in.
got a total of $4,200.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
see, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what's funny. It's just like when you say he went in and sold it, but I'm looking at like they said he was gonna be a China bull getting in the shop with Neely.
See, I didn't know, man. I mean, me and him got into it in 2014. He orchestrated the deal in March or April of May of 2014. He and I got into it in 2014 because of those votes. Because if you watch the city council meeting, you'll see where I was saying to him that I don't carry Eric Mays. Matter of fact, Eric Mays say, "Oh, he's back," because he had left.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him at that council meeting, I don't carry pom poms, and I'm not a cheerleader.
Right.
And I'm gonna call you out on it.
Yeah.
And that's what I did that day at city council. So he and I got into it to where we was about to fight, and Brian Noden had to break it up because we was that close up in each other's face, and I'm like, man, dude, that was some bull crap that you did, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I hadn't spoken to him since 2016, and when they called the local state of emergency, Mayor Weaver called the local state of emergency. That's when I rented some buses, and we all went down to Lansing. That's when I started talking to him again. And then my aunt went to him. We went down to the Capitol, and he promised my aunt and my cousin that he would do a cancer cluster study.
He lied.
He lied again.
We even, as much as me and you stay into it, we even talked one time, and I even called in the city council. Remember that when Kate Fields was on there? And
yeah,
I was
yeah,
bragging because she said we're going to send the resolution to get a cancer cluster study. I ain't do shit. Just lied to me. Just lie. Like, let's just tell
I
her
gotta
something.
applaud your efforts on that cancer cluster study, right? I'd like to see state chip in and at least do a full health study because cancer.
They're doing a feasibility study.
Oh,
but the problem here is that they waited until we got started.
Oh yeah.
And they trying to get in front of us so that they can come out with their findings before we come out with ours.
And everybody already knows she was the one that got to.
I mean, it's cool.
The Vice President of the United States talked to Arthur Woodson about the cancer cluster study.
But the thing here is that's where we mess up at, is where everybody wants to get credit.
Absolutely.
And by you wanting to get credit, your idea, or that idea is not out there now, and it could have helped a whole lot of people.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not out there because people want credit for it. I don't care who gets credit for it. Let's just implement it and get it done. But one thing about it, let it be someone who's really trying to help, not benefit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you have a lot of people, like if I set up shop on Saginaw Street, right, and I'm barbecuing and people see me with a lot of traffic, right, I'm doing it because I love and enjoy it. I'm not trying to charge you a high price, right?
Right.
Then you get somebody that comes right across the street from you. They got a lot of money. And they're able to set up shop and make it look good. Well, they're not going to be there that long because they don't have the love for satisfying the people's taste and all that, and bringing good food there. They just want that money. So once they get all that money, they gone because they don't care.
Well, can I ask you two a question? You two grown men. You two are both residents of the city of Flint. And I have a question for you, Trevor, on your own show, and also our guest, Arthur Woodson. How do you feel now I was told this morning, well, Winters, are you guys getting nervous because Ridgeway White is posting a lot and he's pushing a lot and he's doing a lot of photo ops for shelter? We know the Mots have a lot of money. What I
I'll
mean,
let you go first. I got
Look.
something to say.
Anything to do with the Mott Foundation comes with so many strings attached. It makes me feel nervous. Not nervous that it's going to help him, nervous that it's going to turn around at some point and bite us in the ass. It's going to tug some money or some influence or something toward the Mott Foundation. I'm just not a big fan of that.
You already know what I feel. You know,
The
Nilly
gatekeepers
is
and all
ran
that.
by downtown. You know, when was the last time you seen him do a ribbon cutting outside of downtown?
It ain't been nothing to cut
Millions,
on.
millions of dollars. $94 million came into the city. $79 million came into the county, and they got the money because of the people here in the city of Flint. ARPA funds. Our school district got $134 million. It's not called ARPA, it's called ESSER funds. Just that right there in just less than a year.
That's not
We
what
got
the only
almost-
Lakeisha called it. That's not what the only Lakeisha called it.
Oh, I don't know what she called it, but it's called the ESSER funds. It's emergency school something relief.
Okay.
And it's called the ESSER funds, and it's 134 million. It can't be used to build new schools, but it can be used to renovate schools. But Mott was going to give money, match it, leverage dollars, along with the state to build 6 new schools. Mott wanted to own the schools, and the school district leased from him. And you know, when we found out about it, hey, no, bro, it ain't happening like that. So what happened? The 4 people that voted against it, they got to fighting with him, and that's when Mott took the after-school program money, and people didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, and people all showed up. We packed that auditorium.
Right, and you had Chris Martin, the biggest sellout in the city of Flint, along with other people who they told me, Ridgeway told me that they work for him. He actually told me this. See, because he's $15 billion net worth, right?
Who?
Ridgeway.
15 billion?
Yeah. So if I got that much money, right?
Yeah.
Why should I care about saying you did something, because you're gonna come back kissing my butt anyway?
You can't touch me, right? With 15
I
billion.
mean, you gonna need me. You need my money.
Right.
So it doesn't matter if I say your mama ain't nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna come back because you need me. I don't need you. Yeah. You gonna come suck my butt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when he said that, that's when we got to fighting with him, and he snatched the money and he brought it back because he didn't think that Chris Martin told him to do it, and he thought that the people would come out against the board, which some did, but
the majority didn't.
The majority didn't. A lot of people didn't understand what the fight was about. They just, they own the media, so they formed a narrative. But we stood strong and fought with, against them. Until we get those gatekeepers
out of the way,
that looks like us, like the Neelys and the lawyers and the commissioners, all of them have their own hidden agendas. And the council members, park ranger, I think they call it Smith.
Now you know what? This is what I want you to do.
Still
this
looking
is
for
my
Yogi
challenge
and
to you,
Boo-Boo.
Yogi and Boo Boo. This is my challenge to you, Arthur Woodson, and I'm saying it live right here on 810 News Media Group. Liddell put up a post today in Flint Politics Reboot. I don't know where else she put it. She says serious inquiries only. She was looking for some second ward residents to sit on some very important boards.
She ain't gonna give it to me.
No. We want you to apply for some.
It didn't happen already. Lottie Ferguson.
Yeah.
She asked me to put in my resume for the Water Advisory Committee.
Yeah.
Nearly turned me down already. So, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Because
you're hitting out because Liddell doing everything #1 Flint. The same shit Eric was telling her in the meeting about when you on the commercials and stuff. Point of order, it doesn't matter who we support and blah blah blah. Then the next day, #1 Flint.
So the park ranger, everybody in park ranger is Liddell Lewis.
You had a different name for
She's looking for
You call them Yogi and Boo Boo?
No,
Nah, that's not me.
The
No,
park
I
ranger-
don't. I
No,
don't
the
do
park
the
rangers be
kids.
looking for Yogi and Boo Boo because,
Oh, okay.
because
okay.
they didn't took the picnic basket.
The
Oh.
picnic basket, boo boo.
Yogi and Boo Boo?
So I was actually talking with Councilwoman Priestley about that. About those.
What about the park ranger?
No,
What,
No,
the
we don't-
picnic baskets?
the applications for the
ARPA.
yeah, for those committees. Apparently, they want to try to do them blind. No name, no identifying information.
Huh?
What?
So you'd get a number, you would put in your resume, you turn it in. They don't know until they approve. You know who
But
gets
they
a
just gonna
second
pick
look.
a number.
But you know
No,
what?
no, no. They
But
look
you
at
know
them
what?
all.
That,
They look
that
at
sounds
them.
good though. That sounds good.
That's why I want you to hit it.
That sounds good because
That way, there's no
it-
favoritism.
it's
They just
right.
look through the
like if me and you on
qualifications.
there and we see an application come through with Sheldon Neely name on there, we're gonna nope, decline. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
But if they have a number attached to it, but you gotta understand who is the people that know that's assigning the number.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody has to look at them.
Because
Yes.
right now, who picks the committee? Who picks the committee?
Right.
Mhm.
And they didn't tell people, man. So by me knowing, I gotta, you know, I gotta tell people, even though community foundation was transparent. They was transparent about it, right?
Mhm.
They're not getting any money. They're not getting any money from it, but they're gonna lend their people to help train the committee on what to look for in applications and all that, along with Ruth Mott. That was the deadline that everybody was talking
Back
about.
to Eric Face again.
Hey, I mean, you know,
Corrupted is this
Judy
town.
Priestley should have told you about that. Because
Go
that's,
ahead.
me and her
Yeah.
was
She
talking.
missed that part.
she and I was talking, and she said, I said, what's the rush? I said, what's the
Jamaica
rush?
said, what if somebody lie on their resume? Oh, like saying they got a degree and they don't.
Ah, hey, y'all been good, man. I like the aura.
He said the aura.
You know what I'm saying? The aura. That's terrible.
Aura.
You gonna come on here and try to shoot us down.
The aura. It's just some
Okay.
shit. Look, I am that. He came up here and
I
stood
like
up
the
and-
ambiance.
The ambiance.
The
That's what people
ambiance.
call it, the
Hey,
ambiance.
make me want a shot of Douce.
Y'all cloudy today. Y'all cloudy.
All that good line. Look, all that line Neely been doing. Terrible.
We need a shot of
But
Douce.
y'all trust them people, man, from the corruption that's in there
I
to the
don't
county?
trust
No, I
nobody.
don't trust that.
That's what I'm trying to
There's
say.
nothing to trust.
And you think I'm gonna sit up there and let them put this together? Man, you
Look.
listen. The powers that be ain't finna let this change, man.
I
They
I
go
have
down.
zero trust in this city. They poisoned my kids. They poisoned my mother-in-law. They poisoned my father-in-law. I move here in the middle of this. They can't keep track of the damn funds they were given to replace the damn pipes. You remember Dennis Pfeiffer sitting out there. Did we pay some of these contractors 2 or 3 times? Why are we out of money? Remember that?
Damn,
There
you
is no
you
damn trust.
You really mad, aren't you?
Right. You looking at like I was looking at it today, like, okay, Trevor.
I don't know if I had to move or what.
Judy has asked me not to cuss. So I'm getting a little more built up trying to find words that aren't.
We got to go down to the VA or something.
Oh, man. No, don't do that to
hell
me.
no.
Don't do that to me.
Both of y'all.
Hey,
Oh, Lord.
Hey,
PTSD is on
hey,
strong.
man, he got red and sweating over this.
Well, I mean,
I'm
I'm
about to
thinking
move.
I
about it.
forgot about both of y'all.
I'm thinking about it, right?
Oh, Lord.
Because,
You got PTSD?
oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
I did guns and got loaded up.
I got to go.
I sit here and I think about it, right? My children are 16 and 18. They're my stepchildren. And I am seeing things in them that are not normal. Behaviors, attitudes. And I have to wonder, is it the way that they're raised? Is it today? Or is it the lead? Is it the other chemicals that these kids were ingesting? Because no one told them when they knew. It took them months in
Right.
city council. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. Then it goes up to our state legislature. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. And it took you and others like you to go up there and basically beat them over the head with facts and with testimony and with pictures until they started doing something. But how long was it?
year and a half.
That water was messed up for like you said over a year before
see,
it even came out.
We allowed them to change the narrative too, man. Lockhart just went bankrupt, and they had all kinds of toxins coming out of Outfall 1, which was several hundred yards.
And you went down there, and I was like, "Ooh, what's the pretty little bubble bath?" And you was like, "Oh, that's PFAS."
Yeah, that's PFAS.
Right, I'm like, let's
manganese.
get a little closer to the bubble bath.
You had barium, 1,4 dioxin. I mean, you had every toxin, benzene, TCE, PCE, DCE, 1,2 dioxin.
It sounds like you've got the entire periodic table in there. You're just missing, uranium, plutonium, and tungsten, my man.
This saying it's cancer. And
He's saying it's death.
It is. Hey, Denise said she got some moonshine for you. Denise Morgan.
Yeah, she going for Michigan State, so we're gonna sit back and sip on it tomorrow.
Oh, I'm U of M.
I'm in U of M. I'm
All
U of
day
M all
long,
day,
baby.
baby. Go blue. Hey, Michigan State folks, get used to this right here. Dun, 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 dun. Why you ain't going with us?
Because
You a Michigan State fan or something?
No.
We're gonna have to squeeze you in.
look, while I admire your guys' in-state rivalry with your two teams, I will always be an Arizona Wildcat fan.
Who the hell is Arizona? You know what? Guess what? My nephew played for them. I still don't like him.
Wait a minute, Art. Dane Wallen giving money to Sheldon Neely. That you ain't spoken on that yet. Have you processed that yet?
Yeah. I mean, it's the same old. Josh Freeman is his treasurer.
Yeah, but Dane flipped the switch, dog.
Who did?
Dane Wallen.
No, he didn't. Dane Wallen been there, and you know, Dennis Muchmore gave money to Sheldon. You know who Dennis Muchmore is? Dennis Muchmore is Snyder's chief of staff during the water crisis. You didn't know that?
No.
All right, y'all know y'all in the club. Y'all can't see, man.
Yeah, I can't see nothing.
Muchin?
Yeah, his name Muchmore, Dennis Muchmore.
Muchmore, not here. I got McNamara, McNeil.
It might be on his other campaign when he first ran in 2019.
Okay, I'll have to bring that one
There's a
up.
whole bunch of people on
Yeah,
here.
it's on the other one.
So he basically
This
got
is
a
the same one,
who
just
didn't
two
play.
pages
No, it's on.
But see, that's what
when
we
he ran
saying. He
in
being backed by all the
this is his current
Republicans.
one.
He's
Yeah.
being backed by Republicans.
Yeah,
Strong
just like Whitmer.
Not me.
Whitmer being backed by Snyder's people also.
That's
Not
why
me.
people was like, how come you don't see a lot of commercials and stuff for Tudor? Because hell, all
She
Tudor
don't got the
people,
money.
But Tudor's the same people that want Tudor
Hey.
in is back in Gretchen.
So,
they in a win-win situation.
So
Right.
let me go. I
gotta close it down.
Dr. Green.
All right.
But hey, everybody, if y'all see somebody touching those signs,
Oh,
that's
Art,
not-
thank you for
license
coming
plate.
to help me with that sign.
that's not in a Flint truck because they don't supposed to be in the right of way.
You got a license plate number?
Yeah,
Yep.
you got Flavor Flav
Oh,
running around taking them.
Yeah,
you mean the
boy.
bioweapon? Look, there's nothing else to call that man. He used his own body, a virus in his body, to infect other people. He is a living, breathing weapon. I don't care if you like me or not for saying it.
Yeah. Mr. Cole. That's what y'all let's end it.
No, real quick, the license plate.
Hey, I'm getting ready to go get me some moonshine.
He called him a bio weapon.
Bioweapon.
Bioweapon.
Hey, look, she didn't put on her Danny Glover glasses.
I might go have a show after this.
I didn't know. Well,
The views
hold up.
and the views and opinions is not Arthur Wood.
Hold up. Mayor
18.
Neely calls us terrorists, and yet he's employing a damn bioweapon. Who's the terrorist now?
I gotta go.
Okay,
Have
we
a
all
coconut
gotta
smile.
go.
Have a
Hey,
coconut
look,
smile.
y'all. But before Trevor closes, I just want to tell y'all, please join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eric May, special guest Sister Audrey Muhammad, and her filter.
Hey,
She wants to show y'all how clean this water is.
No, God.
hey, I thank y'all for allowing me to come and speak, and y'all,
It's
I
an
thought you
honor.
got
I
the
get most of my
Candyman.
news from you.
You say your name 3 times and you appear like a
you know
Candyman.
what, man?
I want to
Hey,
thank you
You
for coming
literally
in.
have destroyed this show today.
No, seriously. I want to thank you for helping me with that big ass sign I
know,
found
man.
yesterday.
And I was just coming from a GHS meeting.
You found another one?
No,
Oh.
I was coming. No, I was coming when I saw you. I was coming from there,
Oh, okay.
talking about the racist Russell director over there, and I took the two big sub sandwiches from him, and I was eating those while you called me. Hey, they at least give you some them subs. Good.
Now, hold up. Had you saved one of those and gave them to Eva, she might like you.
Oh man, that
She'd
upside,
that.
upside down 2-liter. Hey man, I ain't got time for her, man. I'm telling y'all,
She's afraid of you.
when y'all see Eva walk in, look at if you got a 2-liter in your refrigerator, go look at that 2-liter.
Now she gonna go
And-
sit on the
and
other
then
side
go-
again.
Then go look at Eva, and I guarantee y'all think about a Pepsi or a Coke, a 2-liter. That's her. You know what I'm saying?
That's why she switched to play musical chairs. 'Cause
And
she's
Eva,
She's
man,
afraid of you.
No, Karen, City Councilwoman Karen.
Uh-huh.
She's not afraid of me. She just likes to make it looks like she's afraid of me so that she can try to get me in trouble like Emmett Till.
Oh,
I figured
She
it's
said-
because
Oh,
the
did I
names
say
you
that?
say.
yes,
Did I
you
say that?
did say it. Yes, you did say it. Because, and then this man over here, you called, who'd you call, Carolyn?
No, Allie Holcomb wrote her.
Yeah,
Carolyn Bryant.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Hey, oh man, did y'all see they put who was that they said Allie Herkenroder looked like?
Bride of Chucky.
Larry
no.
Bird. That's what.
Larry Bird.
Oh. I was gonna say Bride of Chucky. I was Halloween costume.
Hey man, y'all ruthless, man.
Hey, you know what? The past, I got tired of past. I loved my pastors, but it was boring. I love this much better. Let's just talk shit.
Hey, man, listen. I'm getting ready to go because I'm telling y'all, man, I'm ready to go have a drink, man. Look at these lights.
Already?
We're gonna get you
No,
in
look
trouble.
at these lights, man. I mean, shoot, I'm ready to bust a rap. And, I feel like Young Thug or somebody up in here, 50 Cent.
You know, it's perfectly
21 questions. You know what I'm saying?
Vote for Weaver. That's right. Vote for
We
Weaver.
out.
Let's not
Hey,
lose.
that's a beautiful spot.
November
man.
8th, Tuesday, November 8th. Vote Karen Weaver. Vote Karen Weaver. Vote Karen
Hey, what y'all
Weaver
say?
for mayor.
Ambiance. Is it
Ambiance.
The ambiance.
Yeah.